What time is it? Game time! Woo!
What up, YouTube? Get out your quarters and your tokens. It's your boys, Detroit Love, PDubs Arcade Loft, MichaelB The Game Genie, and Restalgia on another episode of the Super GamerRoom Dudes. Buckle up, fellas. Let's get it started.
Woo! Friday is here at last, guys. I gotta tell you, I'm so happy it's Friday because I've just had a brutal work week, man. I've had a brutal work week, and if there's one thing that cheers me up, you know, when I'm done working during the day, it's hanging out with these guys right here. These are some good dudes. We got MichaelB The Game Genie, Detroit Love hanging out with you guys.
We love you too, PDubs.
And of course, Restalgia as well. Guys, it's the Friday Funhouse. Welcome to another episode of the Super GamerRoom Dudes, your favorite and longest running arcade and gaming podcast show on YouTube. Gentlemen, how are you? What's on your chests?
TFIF.
TFIF?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, we can't say that word. Carl, how you been, man? How you been, man?
I got hair on my chest, baby. Hair on my chest. That's what I got on my chest. What's going on? I missed you guys. Seemed like I hadn't seen you in a month full of Sundays.
Yeah. You got your daughter came to visit last week, so you guys
went. I had my youngest in town, man. We had a blast. That girl, she's a character.
Didn't you say like you went to the opera or something, or where did you guys go? You guys went somewhere fancy.
We went to this string quartet at this church. It's built in like 1701. Real beautiful place, and the music was awesome. We went out to get some dinner, and my wife got tickets and surprised us. So that was a great time. It was a nice venue.
That's really cool. And Restalgia, where were you last week?
I don't remember. I feel like this past 2 weeks has been a big blur for me. I'm pretty. I think I was sick last week.
I think I was sick or playing hooky from the show. We don't know for sure.
I'm pretty sure I was sick last week. But
yeah. Well, we're glad you're feeling better, buddy. We're glad you're feeling better. Now, as always, before we get to the show, we got to say hello to everyone who is in the live chat. Let's see who's here. We got Cogs R Us, Jamie Locken, William Tinney, Michael Suna, Adam Kalb, Devil Waldo, Al Vickman, Apux, Ojos, Rojos is here. Man, I wish I could do my R's like Rojos. Oh, that sounded terrible. Ritual Dello is here. Alfred Berger, Al Vickman, the best cartoonist in the gaming community. Stevie B is here. And by the way, guys, Dr. Freeman is here, and he is out of YouTube purgatory. He's been blocked on MichaelB's YouTube channel for 3 months. For 3 months, he hasn't been able to leave MichaelB any comments on videos because he got blocked. And take a look at this. I'm getting a prostate exam from the doc as a big thank you. I don't know if I should be happy or scared. Michael B, do you have an explanation for what happened here?
I don't know. I have people that are like admins of my channel for my chats and stuff, and I don't know if somebody popped them into something there because I don't do anything. I don't do any administrative work on my channel at all, so I don't know how it happened.
All right. So usually the captain of every ship goes down with the ship, but in your case, you're blaming it on the deck swab.
Yeah, pretty sure it was my wife.
It's their fault we hit the iceberg and the Titanic sank.
Yeah.
All right. All right. But speaking of which, guys, we actually need to find out something else because I've been worried, Mike. Dr. Freeman was blocked, but what about one of our favorites? What happened to Goofyfoot? What about Goofyfoot? We are now undergoing. Dr. Freeman has been saved, but what about Goofyfoot, Michael B?
You have way too much free time on your hands. I did go in to the people that were blocked. Goofyfoot was never blocked from my channel. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I still think Goofyfoot might be blocked. If Goofyfoot is here, let us know if you have been saved.
No, he was on my what was the last Arcade1Up streamed? Cabinet Terminator 2. I think he was on my Terminator 2 live stream. He was commenting on that, so he's not blocked anymore.
I don't believe you. Guys, let's get hashtag free Goofyfoot going in the live chat. We definitely want to show our support, and maybe Michael B will unblock him finally. That would be glorious, in my opinion. That would be quite epic.
Yeah, it was a nice day I was having before I walked in on this roast.
We love you, Mike. We love you. And what do you guys want to start with? What do you guys want to start with? We got a lot to talk about tonight, man.
I would like to hear about this update to the Big Blue, since I'm a new owner of that. And I heard a couple of updates were available. Is everything resolved? I saw you had a video that said that something was jacked up or not.
Yeah,
right.
let's kick it off with that. As you guys know, we love to hold these companies accountable. So Arcade1Up, I put a video out on my channel. They've put out 2 firmware updates for the Big Blue, and if you update to the most latest firmware, unfortunately, Capcom Sports Club is not launching, so one of the games isn't working. And then the scan lines, I mean, that's going to be subjective. Some people like them. Some people think they're too dark. I think they look too dark, but that's just my opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I'll respect your opinion. But then the other issue, too, is if the scan lines are turned on and you're playing the games, I had a number of people who commented on my videos that they thought they saw a bunch of screen tearing with the games as well. But with the scan lines turned off, the games didn't have any kind of screen tearing going on, which I found interesting as well. I saw that feedback. So, I mean, like I said in my video wasn't meant to blast Arcade1Up. If you guys watched the video yesterday or today, I was literally laughing the entire time. I found it humorous because it doesn't matter which company it is. Anytime any of these companies have pushed out a firmware, something's happened, man. Something's happened. I guess that's normal. I mean, stuff happens, but it seems to happen a lot to these arcade companies, man. We can't just get a firmware that's glorious. You know what I mean? No issues.
Well, did the audio issue get fixed? Because that was the biggest concern with the cabinet.
Yep. So the audio issue is pretty much resolved. The games sound pretty good. The 11 games that you can play. Yeah. Go ahead.
There is one home arcade company that hasn't sent out a bad firmware update yet.
Well played.
Well played.
Well said.
You know what's funny is the website they set up where you were supposed to be able to go and buy games. They shut that down. That webpage is shut down. It doesn't exist. Error 404. Error 404.
That's a shame.
Yep. Oh, by the way, guys, huge shout out to Scott Hall's family. A lot of us who host this show, longtime professional wrestling fans. I grew up watching, the Monday Night Wars, and really sad to hear about Scott Hall, man. That's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. Going for hip surgery, and you don't come out. It's kind of sad, man. But now that we brought the vibe down, hopefully Arcade1Up can push out another update and hopefully they'll do it quickly, fix that game. And one of the questions I asked in my video, and let me ask you guys, is I said, you know what's really cool about iiRcade and At Games, as well as the MVSX cabinet, is they provide scan lines, but they provide multiple scan line options, which is cool because, you know, like I said, some people might like the scan lines on Big Blue, some people might not. I'm one of the ones who don't. Wouldn't it be cool if they provided us multiple scan line options on these Arcade1Up machines versus just, hey guys, we're finally giving you scan lines and it's only one, take it or leave it, right? Like I think I think that would be kind of cool.
I mean, I love options. I love that options. I'm not particularly a fan of scan lines. I've never turned scan lines on any cabinet that I have. Never even thought to do so. So, you know, the product's not for me, but I'm glad that they have those for people who enjoy scan lines and making it look that way.
I'm just happy that there's not a softening filter. That's a forced softening filter is my biggest problem. If you don't have that, we're already in the good. I like sharp pixels. And then if you can offer scan lines as well, that's pretty cool. But mainly stay away from the softening filter.
Is that the Vaseline smear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what's going on with the Big Blue. What else did you guys want to chat about?
But before we move on from that, I mean, I do appreciate that Arcade1Up got into the business of providing updates because obviously, you know, we live in a world with humans and people are going to make mistakes. So it's good to have the option to be able to update when they are made aware of things. A little more practice and testing of these things probably help. But keep up the work and keep them coming out. Get them
Yeah, that's what I mentioned in my video too. Like I said, it's really cool that they're pushing out these updates. This is what we wanted from them. Guys, remember last year we kept saying every single Arcade1Up cabinet should have online. It should be Wi-Fi or Ethernet connected. And that's what they're giving us, right? And the whole point of that is to add additional features or fix things that may have been broken along the way. So it's really cool that they're doing that. But
you're just angling for content so you can do the weekly updates for Arcade1Up, aren't you, PDubs? You miss doing that.
No, I'm glad to. I mean, I've had a couple of viewers mention to me, you know, and it's cool. You guys are welcome to email us or message us at any time. If we don't respond, please understand we have lives, we have wives, we have kids. You know what I mean? Plus, we try to fit in all this stuff as a hobby on the side, so it's hard to talk to everybody, but I've had a couple of people that messaged me. They're like, P-Dubs, you haven't made as many At Games videos. And I was like, well, there's not a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? I've made 150 At Games videos on my channel. I've done every tutorial you can think of, minus pinball tutorials, but Wagner's Tech Talk does a great job with those. I would just be repeating all his videos, right? And John Wagner's a good friend, so I would strongly urge people, if you're looking for pinball tutorials for the At Games products, check out Wagner's Tech Talk on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, but there's like nothing going on, right? Does that mean I don't like At Games anymore? It just means there's nothing to talk about, right? So, you know, we make content on what's happening today, right? So, yeah, I forget where we were. I've had a rough work day, guys. I wasn't able to get the show plan prepared or anything. The guys were like, we haven't even set up the show yet, you know? So, you know, and the show is set up. Glenn's Retro Show is here, guys. Make sure you tune in to Glenn Friday nights. He's live before us. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Glenn's Retro Show. Make sure you check out Kicking It Old School. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff coming out with At Games, you know. Like we'll have a couple of new accessory products and things to talk about later this year and all that kinds of stuff. Yeah, Mitch, I am too, because I like At Games. I like all the things you can do with it. So. What's going on? What am I missing?
Oh, just the best stuff.
Are we not doing the show tonight? What's going on?
But we're literally doing the show right now. What do you mean, are we not doing the show tonight?
Am I missing something? What's happening?
Okay, I was trying to be nice about this because usually I'm an idiot about it. I asked Carl if he could put on his headphones because I noticed an echo. I was thinking it might be coming from his side because he's not wearing headphones. And then he wrote me back and said, why?
My tough guy.
The stuff
I
that
haven't worn
happened.
my headset in months.
The stuff that happens on live air. So, all right, you know what? Let's dive into these Arcade1Up leaks. The good thing about these Arcade1Up leaks is a lot of this stuff has been covered, but Restalgia and Detroit Love haven't been able to chime in, so I want to get their thoughts on these leaks, as well as all of you who maybe you haven't paid attention to anything going on in the world of retro gaming and don't know about these leaks. So we're going to talk real quick about these leaks, and then we're going to move on. We got a lot of other topics to cover as well. So let's see what's up with Arcade1Up. I don't even know where the button is today. I'm a mess. Don't worry, guys. We'll get into the groove. All right, so now what happened to Carl? Now he's transparent.
I think this might be our finest show that we've ever done.
Yep, finest show we've ever done. Good
All right,
work. So
good work, boys.
all right, so let's pull this up. So, Carl,
Hello.
you're out of focus, buddy.
That's all
Here
right.
he comes.
That's because I need. Oh, this is where I'm going to look at the rest of the show today.
All right, so Carl right now is quantum leaping to another episode. He's like, I don't want to be part of this episode. I'm going to quantum leap to another episode. All he needs is a little Ziggy.
Let's hope his next leap is his leap home.
Yep. All right, guys, let's talk about these. So, Restalgia, I don't know if you've been paying attention or not, but we got some leaks here. Arcade1Up Time Crisis, Arcade1Up Marvel vs. Capcom 1.1 cabinet. Because I refuse to admit it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then, of course, Arcade1Up NFL Blitz got leaked as well, plus some other miscellaneous products. But honestly, these are the big three. Yeah. So, Restalgia. Sure. You haven't had a chance to tell people what you think about this. What do you think about these leaks, buddy?
I haven't had a chance to think about what I think about these things. I expected Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I think that was going to come. So I'm not surprised to see that here on the list. These are not confirmed. These are like placeholder on a website confirmed type of leak.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I think NFL Blitz is interesting. I'm very hesitant to believe an NFL Blitz is coming until I actually see the marketing information directly from Arcade1Up. And the reason I say that is because NFL Blitz is a pretty violent NFL game. That was the intention behind it. And the NFL in general has always tried to stay, especially lately with some of the concussion stuff, they've been trying to stay away from that. Mm-hmm. So to get an officially licensed NFL Blitz title would be very difficult to do. And then not only that, but then you've got to get the licensing from the teams and any characters and whatever other stuff goes along with that. So I think that would be a pretty big challenge. But if they can pull it off, NFL Blitz, in my opinion, is the best NFL game that has ever come out in the history of NFL games.
It's really enjoyable. What about you, Carl?
So much fun.
I never played Blitz at the arcade, so it's not something that I'm missing. I enjoy sports games, so I definitely would be interested in learning more about it. But I've never played Blitz. It seems like I recall seeing it, but I never played it. You probably had to put $1 in it or something, so that scares me. But I'm obviously interested in the Golden Tee. I know you put your pre-order on. Your pre-order, so that's not really a leak one, but that I want to get a bowling game in the house, so that is what I'm interested in. But obviously the Time Crisis, that's whenever you ask me about the shooter game, that's the one that comes to my mind that I would like to play. So I'm most excited about Time Crisis if that is going to actually come out.
Mike, now that you've had a chance to digest all this for a couple days, have you heard anything else? Have you discovered anything else, or what are your final thoughts on what's coming out here?
Well, this is all very exciting. These are all very big titles, but as we know, last year from the Randy's Records leaks, nothing is official until it's official. So I don't know the way Arcade1Up works, but I assume that a lot of times they'll throw out a list of potential cabinets they'd like to work on to retailers to see if retailers will pick it up. And I'm wondering sometimes if they don't throw that list out there before they even have the cab finalized, and that's how they deem interest to make it. So as excited as I am, and I want to jump on this and be like, it's all happening, let's go nuts. Sometimes you got to take a step back and say, let's see what happens here. Nothing's official till it's official.
Mike, do you really believe that, or are you just saving this for your Monday night video or your Tuesday night video or the Wednesday night?
No, I'm just going to expose a bunch of YouTubers for doing crappy stuff. I'm just going to say they do it with no proof, and then you've been exposed.
All right, I just put a poll in the live chat for everyone. Which one of these leaked cabinets generates the most hype? As in, which one are you the most excited or interested in? Marvel vs. Capcom 2, NFL Blitz,
that's such an
Crisis.
easy one.
Well, let's see. Every audience sample is different. Let's kind of see where that one goes. We'll just leave that up for about another 60 seconds or so. Me personally, I think we talked about this on B Kong's show, and that was really cool, by the way, guys, where a bunch of us got together. Like, we were thinking, like, we could do that, like, once a quarter. You know what I mean? Because usually a lot of you out there, you subscribe to a lot of us. I mean, obviously, not everybody subscribes to everybody. Otherwise, we would all have the exact same subscriber count, right? You subscribe to the personalities and the content creators who you really enjoy. And that's totally cool. We all love and respect that. But what's cool is when we all can kind of get together and just hang out and talk and be like, you know what, guys, this is what we all think is a big collective, right? And if we keep doing that like once a quarter, I think I'd be totally okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, I had a good time with that. And, you know, we obviously got to get some more people in there. Can you imagine if it was like, oh my God, what is that? What is that Switch podcast show, Mike, where they have like 90 people on? You know what I'm talking about? Spawncast, right?
It'd be nice if other people were invited.
Yeah. You never show up. Let's see where we're at with the poll. We got 91 votes, guys. Let's at least get 100 votes in there. There's over 200 people watching the Super GamerRoom Dudes, which we greatly appreciate it. Let's at least get a couple more votes in there, and we'll close the poll because it's pretty neck and neck. NFL Blitz and Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Wow, that's surprising how this is turning out.
Why are you surprised by that? Like, you, of all people, should know the complications with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and how much of a big deal it is for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 to even be possible with everything being held up.
And if you do, in fact, know that Restalgia, I'd like to know what all that is.
See, it's not that I don't understand the complications of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's that I'm surprised that the hype is behind that more than NFL Blitz, because I feel like NFL Blitz has been one that people have been begging for since day one. Both. And like, it's NFL Blitz.
I know, but both potentially equal. Like, there's different segments of the fan base. There's some people that are huge fighter fans, and there's others that are, football people, bar people. So yeah,
but I guess I don't know.
All right.
That's it's interesting. I'm surprised by the turnout there.
Well, taking a look, guys, we closed the poll, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came back at the final seconds, 37% of the vote. NFL Blitz, 35%. Time Crisis, 26% out of 104 votes. Thanks for everybody for taking the poll. What do you think about those results, Mike?
Well, I'm not surprised. That was pretty consistent with what we saw on B Kong's show as well.
Yeah, I mean, provided I think a lot of folks will just be happy, like, if we at least get one of those titles.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get all three though? I mean, that's kind of tough.
What do you think the extra titles would be with those flagship games, though?
That's the interesting question, and that's what I'm sure many of us YouTube pundits will speculate about for the next couple of months until we find out if these cabs are official or not. I mean, we talked a little bit about it with Time Crisis. Time Crisis 2 is hard because then you switch into the PS2 era, so you're getting into more advanced technology. I think they're going to look at going backwards. Some of the ones we talked about were Point Blank, and also Steel. What is it? Steel Battalion was another gunner game that could work on Time Crisis. With NFL Blitz, there's multiple iterations of NFL Blitz. If they do Blitz, I think it'll be a lot like NBA Jam, where you get like just the year
Blitz,
after the year.
Blitz 2000 and something else.
Yeah. And then with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I'm assuming that could be really cool because my hope is that becomes kind of like a Marvel Capcom Fighter Legacy type cabinet.
I still think it would be good to have a beat 'em up on there.
Punisher.
Sure. That's a great game.
Yeah.
I would be totally fine with seeing that
One of the
again
best,
on another cabinet.
Best beat 'em ups ever. I miss it every day. I would love to get another Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet that has a more arcade realistic form factor plus I get, Marvel superheroes and Punisher back. So
maybe we can get the arcade Spider-Man game.
That's tough. That's Sega, right? This is where you get into different publishers.
Yep.
And that one doesn't emulate super well either. So I think they can get it running on the hardware. It's just it requires some its own unique core, I guess you call it. You know more about this than me.
I think the more interesting question would be, what game are they going to put on there that has no business being on there? Like a vertical game or something crazy. Why'd you put this on here?
Paperboy will be on all three.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the game recommendations, Captain Commando, etc. Some people would love to see Showtime and Blitz together, make it a midway sports cabinet. But I mean, just the cost of licensing one of those games. Can you imagine both? I just don't know if that's going to happen myself.
Well, I don't blame people. People always blue sky. I mean, we did it too back when they announced, not when they announced, but when we knew X-Men was coming and we knew Simpsons was coming, we were throwing every Konami beat 'em up game in the world on there. Then we were like, oh, they're going to have Sunset Riders, Bucky O'Hare. And no one stops to think about the way licensing works and how hard it is to do cross licensing with Marvel and other properties. So there's nothing wrong with having a blue sky approach. It's just, we got to be the negative people sometimes and be like, that's probably not going to happen.
Love all the games coming in. Spy Hunter, Atari Baseball, Sega, Star Wars. Give me Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. There you go. I actually like that game.
I like 19K Foxes.
Yep, Alien vs. Predator
would be
great.
so fun.
It would be.
So
That'd be
fun.
really cool. With
That's
online play?
An amazing game.
Like co-op online play? That'd be really cool.
That's a game.
What else do you put on that cabinet, though?
Anything that was on the Capcom home arcade. Just take your pick.
Yeah, that's interesting. Someone told me that they were able to put that on the Capcom home arcade.
Yep.
Why can't they throw Alien vs. Predator on another Big Blue?
I don't know. I honestly think it has something to do with the distribution rights. So It wouldn't surprise me if they got exclusivity for a period of time, because I believe when they launched AVP on the Capcom home arcade, that was the first time that we got that port in North America on the arcade port on an official licensed product here in North America. So maybe it's related to that.
I like where Ronsky's going with the Time Crisis cabinet. Time Crisis 1 and 2 and Virtual Cop, considering Time Crisis is a short game. 30 minutes and you're done. So that would be kind of cool. Warriors of Fate. I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. What is Warriors of Fate? Do you guys know?
No.
I can't think of that.
Is Moon Patrol on any Arcade1Up cabinet yet? Moon Patrol? I don't believe it is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I would like that. I like that game. I wish somebody mentioned that. I wish they would put that on one of these cabinets going forward.
Yep. Jason says Robotron, Mr. Doom, Moon Patrol, Spy Hunter, Commando, and Gauntlet. Great list right there. Great list. And Michael B's like, it better be a Robotron themed cabinet. But
I've actually
be a smash one, right?
I've actually come back on that. I still want it to be a Robotron branded cabinet, but if the only way we can get it is Smash, I guess I'll just have to live with it.
Police Trainer is a super fun shooting game, so I'll argue that to death with anybody. I really enjoy that, so I agree with Ritual Dello as well. So it's pretty exciting about the leaks, but not just the leaks, guys. And there have been 100 videos about this topic, so just make sure you just pull up just type Arcade1Up Leaks, and you'll get like 9,000 YouTube videos about it. But what's interesting is, where did it go? I got to show you guys something. So this is surprising. Check this out, guys. Everyone's phones blew up this afternoon with a notification that your Golden Tee Arcade1Up cabinets were now shipping. Apparently, a lot of people who ordered direct from Arcade1Up were getting the emails with their shipping labels have been created. But it sounds to me like just the labels have been created. UPS actually hasn't picked up the products yet. Let me know, guys, if any of you actually got a scan that they actually picked up the cabinets. It sounds like they're getting ready to ship out, but they whatchamacallit, they actually haven't physically left the building is what I'm assuming. And until they're on the truck and on the way, I mean, you know what I mean, Mike? Sometimes they print labels and it takes forever. What do you think? What's that grin for?
It's funny because when we did all the videos talking about how the Golden Tee pre-order was up, everybody was saying, "Oh, I'm going to order from Best Buy because Arcade1Up always sends them out last." And I'm like, that doesn't always happen. Remember with Big Blue, all the direct pre-orders got Big Blue before the retailers.
That's true.
You don't know what's going to happen, and this time it looks, if this happens, that the Arcade1Up direct orders are going to be the first out to public. So.
So like I ordered the Golden Tee from Best Buy, so mine hasn't updated. Best Buy still says I'm expected delivery release date April 5th, something like that. So we still got some time, but man, I'd be shocked if people from Arcade1Up orders are getting them 2 weeks ahead of the Best Buy people. Wow. And I'm going to be and I was teasing 19K Fox. I was like, I'm going to get mine before you, right? Because I live in Arizona, right next door to California. I usually get the cabinets within a day of them shipping. And he's out east, right? And looks like 19K Fox is going to get his way before me. At least a couple of weeks, potentially. No one else here is interested in the golf cabinet?
Oh, I'm definitely interested.
Are you going to get it, Carl?
Okay, but this is what I mean. Everyone was like, my cabinet shipped. But all they did was print a label. Was it actually scanned that it was picked up and it was on the way? You know what I mean? I don't think they're on their way yet. Look at what happens with at games, right? I'm just saying this, guys, because from our experience with at games will print these FedEx labels and then they don't even get picked up for 2 or 3 weeks. You remember this, Mike?
Well, that's because that's what Steven Restalgia used to do for at games. He was the shipping guy.
You were terrible at shipping.
But to answer your question, Michael B, I'm not sure. I would have to get rid of this one, and I have yet to get rid of a cabinet. You guys get rid of cabinets all the time, So I haven't gotten rid of a cabinet. And my best friend Sean, I had loaned him my Golden Tee for like a week, and he really loved it. So I may give it to him if I do decide to get another one. Sean, he's been my friend since 4th grade, man. We go way back. We hung out in the arcade. That was my road dog. He was Wex. That's what the initials he would put up on the arcade, for the scores. And so Wex and I, man, we put hours and hours into the arcade. So he relates more than any of my friends with our fascination with arcades. But he's yet to buy one. I guess I keep giving him loaners and free cabinets. He don't have to buy any, but that's what I would do if I got it. I would give him my cabinet because I do really want to have a bowling game in the house.
Guys,
since they're gonna give me Silver Strike, I guess I got to settle for the championship bowling.
Guys, breaking news here. It looks like Endless One Up. Make sure you guys subscribe to Endless One Up on YouTube. He just sent me a picture of the Golden Tee 3D golf cabinet, what it looks like in real life, not a render. Give me about 30 more seconds, guys. I'll pull up the picture for you. This is actually kind of interesting what this looks like. So let's do that. And
we had a super chat. Did we read the super chat?
Yeah, Mike, can you handle all that?
Yeah, sorry. So anyways, Console Fanboy dropped $1.99. Thank you very much, brother. Papa Brad's a good friend of the channel, good guy. He's at 733 subscribers. Let's try to get him to 800. So if you like arcade tours, you like stuff about iiRcade, Papa Brad's the go-to guy on that. Go check him out and go subscribe to him. And thank you very much, Nohar, for the super chat.
And if you just like people that's legit, go ahead and do it.
Yep. All right, guys, here you go. This thing, look at how tall this thing is. This thing is a monster. 64 or 60? Is it 64 inches tall, this one? I think it's a little bit shorter than the NBA Jam cabinet, but here is your goal.
That looks like one of those, what do you call it, virtual reality, where you can say place this game into your home pictures?
Yeah,
Is that
but
real?
apparently, it looks like a virtual reality. What, Carl? I'm sorry.
You know the what's the term I'm looking for? Nostalgia, where you when you once you put your banana down.
Augmented reality.
Augmented reality. The augmented reality where you can place a cabinet into your house.
Look at this coin door mold. Take a look at that. Is this how it looks on the other? I haven't
Yes.
received an Arcade1Up cabinet that actually has the coin door mold. Is this the same one?
Yeah, that's the Killer Instinct one, right?
Okay.
I gotta admit, they did a good job with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that looks really good. I mean, guys, you remember I gave them so much crap over that coin door that they put on their pinball machines. That thing looks terrible. It looks nothing like a coin door. And now take a look at this. Now this looks great. That actually looks really cool. I mean, if you're not going to get a fully functional coin door, why not get this? I mean, that looks pretty good.
You know what? Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I talk too much.
I was going to say, I just wish they would get rid of the coin door and go back to just putting the titles right down there. Just a graphic with the logos and make it nice and simple.
Nice hot take right there. Hot take.
I hate that. I hate the kick plates with the logos. I know some people like them, but I'm just not a fan. But here you go. This is pretty monster. Now, this is a 3-inch trackball, and the other original Arcade1Up Golden Tee had a 3-inch trackball as well. So it should be the same size trackball.
I think the specs said it was bigger, but someone was saying it looked like it was the same one, right?
It looks like the same one. I mean,
it looks larger.
I kept asking that question too, Carl, because it kept saying bigger 3-inch trackball. And I think what they mean is bigger compared to the trackball we're used to seeing on like the Tempest cab and their Centipede cab. That's what it means.
Okay.
Yeah. Marquee looks pretty good. And it looks like it's going to be the same, drop-in piece of acrylic like on Terminator 2 and stuff, but supposedly should be better. Can't really see the speaker grills. They're kind of faded. But that looks okay.
No, that marquee just doesn't do it for me.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
I think the marquee looks great.
I think it looks great.
Seems like it's too much or something. I don't know.
Too much?
I think honestly, this cabinet, I think they're going to do really well with it. I think this is going to be something that a lot of people want to pick up. It looks great.
Thank you, beautiful.
Oh yeah, the marquee is definitely bigger in size than what we saw like on the Terminator 2 cabinet. But what I mean is they've manufactured it the same way, where it's just a piece of acrylic you're just going to slide into the slots, probably reverse printed, translucent, all that kinds of stuff. And of course, we got our 19-inch monitor, so we got a much bigger monitor. Carl, with how much you play that golf game on your Nintendo Switch, I'm so shocked you haven't picked this bad boy up.
Well, the reality is, when I first got my Golden Tee, I tried to mod it and put the more modern games on it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a problem with the trackball. It just wouldn't. It would work, but it wouldn't. If you gave it all you got, it would go like 30 yards or something crazy. That's why I abandoned that project and hadn't been back. And so after playing on the Switch, going back to the Golden Tee is just it's just so old school. So
it's a different type of golf game, man.
Yeah, it's totally different. Right. But look, it's not a modern game. So I'm a little spoiled now since you introduced me to the Switch golf.
So I think
I definitely want this one as opposed to having the one because it has both.
I think that where Golden Tee 3D Golf, especially the bigger cabinet, is going to have its biggest market is in mainstream appeal, because I think there's so many guys around our age level that were going out to bars, pool halls. They were in their university campuses and the bars there, and Golden Tee was plumped there. And they've got downstairs bars in their house now, and they want.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
They want a big,
go ahead,
more full-size cabinet in their bar. Let's be honest, the 3/4 arcades are cool, but really some people are going to look at them and think they're dinky. But like a big arcade like this will look more sensible in a real downstairs bar for people who have the money to throw and pick these up. I think this is going to be hugely successful, but not necessarily in the hardcore market, in the mainstream market.
How do you think they're going to hold up quality-wise?
Pardon?
How do you think they're going to hold up quality-wise? The same as any of the other Arcade1Up cabinets?
Yes.
No less.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here is the sizzle reel for the original Arcade1Up Golden Tee, and within the first 5 seconds, they tell you it's a 3-inch trackball right there. 3-inch trackball with ball bearings. So it's the exact same trackball that's in the existing Golden Tee cabinet. It's not a larger size trackball. So proof is right there. Plus, I own the original Golden Tee cabinet, and that thing looks identical in the photos that we just saw of the real Golden Tee XL cabinet. But yeah, that's a 3-inch trackball. So just to make sure, if anyone questions all that kinds of stuff, you can let them know. We confirm that.
And I think the good thing about it too, because they slanted the screen, because I've rammed my fingers into that monitor a couple times with the normal layout. So I'm glad to see that they've slanted that monitor a little bit.
Chad says, like the look of it, just wondering if the control deck is any higher than the original. Put my original on a Buy Stuff Store riser to raise it up and much better. I forget what the oh god, what is it called? I forget the exact specs on this one. We got a $5 super chat from Hobby Hands. I noticed the coin doors look good, but are not shape accurate to specific machines. Does that bug you, or is a semi-real generic coin door okay? Like me, honestly, I'm not going to be losing any sleep over this. I mean, I guess I'm an easier person to deal with, but
there's certain there's certain arcade cabinets that have very iconic coin doors. So when Dragon's Lair comes out, Dragon's Lair has a very iconic coin door. So, it'd be nice if they went above and beyond for that one. But most of them, do you really care? I mean, I'm just happy to see the coin door there at this point compared to some of the garbage we got before. Like the ones right now with nothing on it or very weird Street Fighter art. I would much rather just the coin door.
It bugs Michael B. I mean, I'm okay with this, honestly. I'm okay with it. I could live with it. So, what about you, Carl? Could you live with this, or would you want
I'm a fan of the coin door. I have real coin doors on both my modded vertical and horizontal. So I really like the coin door. So I've always been a fan of adding the coin doors. I even had recommended to Tulsa Arcade a couple of years ago, like, you need to do this, and he was like, not enough people want to do it, and so obviously that's changed. But yeah, I'm a fan. If you can go real coin door, do it. But I think, in my opinion, whatever your favorite cabinet is of Arcade1Up, I think you should put a real coin door on it, because one, people won't play it as often because they don't want to put a quarter in if you don't supply them the quarters. So it'll save your cabinet. But I'm a fan. I like that's part of the arcade. I hated it as a kid having to put quarters in it, but now that I have a bunch of quarters, I really enjoy having the real door to put quarters in.
That's great, man. That's great. And kind of, this is kind of similar to that. When is Arcade1Up gonna make these coin doors actually add credits, not real coins, but at least insert credits? I thought this was happening on the Pro series, on the Killer Instinct cabinet. Right,
I don't think so. I think the Pro just has light up buttons.
But they're not functional. Like you could press it to insert a coin.
And they'll get there. I think they'll get there.
Yeah, that'll be natural progression. We'll probably see that in like the next, I don't know, 3 waves from now or something.
Oh, the even more pro line.
The Arcade1Up Pro XL line.
There you go.
Yeah, because it doesn't take that much big of an effort to put the buttons down there as opposed to on the top. So, but again, they're making these cabinets stock, right? So these buttons are always there for the player 1 and player 2. So they would have to make a big shift to now no longer have those buttons on the top and have them on the bottom. So
it gets a little bit more complicated because we're talking about parts that are no longer connected. So you're putting extra wires there, hoping that people don't beat them up assembling the cabinet. So it is just a little bit more complicated, which means you're going to have infinitely more problems with customer service.
How so, Mike?
Oh, it's just anytime you add additional steps, you're going to increase your problems with the cabinet. You make it as simple as possible.
Okay. Hang on. I'm just trying to find this Pro Series listing. Where the heck did it go on Arcade1Up's website? It's not even here anymore.
Yeah, that's canceled.
But the reality of Michael B, right now you have they originally started off with the speakers on the control panel, right? And in your point that everything was in one area, and that made it easier. And they eventually moved the speakers up there, and you run a cable down there and plug the cable in here. they added the lit marquee, and now I run the cable down here and put it, and even some I put a splitter in, the power goes there. So it would be no different. You slide that panel in and plug another cord in somewhere. So yeah. Again, it's something they can do, but they have to make that migration in their production line. They have to commit to it so that they're going forward. They're doing the same thing for all of them. So again, I think it'll come. It's just going to take some time for the reasons that you're saying, and as well as what I'm saying.
So I was trying to pull up the Arcade1Up Killer Instinct Pro Series listing because I would swear when I saw that listing, it mentioned that the coin door buttons would actually be functional for inserting credits in the listing. But guys, it's gone. It is.
Well, they heard what you were saying, and they were like, "Oh shit."
They heard what I was saying about what?
The coin doors, and they didn't want to come through on the promise, so they had to take it down.
Here, I got the link.
He's in the
PDubs. Check Facebook. I'll send you the link.
Just pull it up on your thing, and we'll open your window, man. I got like 90 windows open over here. But yeah, that's kind of where did the listing go?
Right here. Hold on. I'll share the screen.
Oh wait, here we go. Endless 1UP gave it to him. Because that's a big win if they add that. I know this sounds kind of silly. It says molded coin door with light up coin slots for a 1-2 player start. That's all it says.
There you go.
Yeah, light up coin slot, like MichaelB said. Which is huge because that's part of the look. They have those red lights down there. That's part of the whole effect. So
yeah, zoom down to the specs. All right, so it's not functional. Okay, maybe I read it wrong, but it just says molded coin door with light up coin slots for 1 to 2 players start.
Right, but my point is, for it to be lit, they already have to have a wire going down there for it. Once they do that and commit to it, it's not going to be much more difficult to put the button lines to go down there next. So baby steps.
Yeah. KI Pro and Space Ace delete. Yeah, from their when you click on View All Arcades, both KI Pro and Space Ace aren't on there anymore, but you can find them going through whatever other menu on their website. So yeah, it's not silly. Pressing the coin button on multi-cades is fun. It's weird, but it's fun. There you go. I mean, it kind of gives you that experience, right?
Oh yeah, anything you can do to blur the line between playing a toy and making it feel more like an authentic experience is always a good thing. So I love the concept. I love the idea. I hope they do get there one day. I don't think it's like right now we're just fighting with them to put lights in the coin. So one thing at a time.
Yeah. I think Shoeshine is reading it the same way I did, where it's if you read this really quickly, you think hey, maybe they're functional. But it just says for 1 or 2 player start. Probably they try to mean 1 or 2 player start buttons. They just light up. You know what I mean? So I mean, and it looks like Nate read it the same way I did as well.
Bitcoin door.
Yeah. Can't wait for the hate videos for having to bend down and hit the start button. Oh geez, I wouldn't do that. I would think that honestly, I would think that would be cool. Like if there's one thing I do like about the pinball machines is hitting the start button. Like on the At Games Legends Ultimate, where it's right on the coin door. You know what I mean? You hit the start button to essentially insert a quarter. I think that's cool. I would totally be okay with that.
Yeah, I agree. Reading it that way, it sounds like it is going to be functional. But we'll see.
I love this. Endless 1UP. I write documentation, and that means you can use those buttons. It is confirmed per Endless 1UP. There you go. Chris goes, my back.
Well, we're going to learn more on Tuesday from MichaelB's video, so we'll get down to the nitty gritty on that, but on that coin door for sure. Michael, let me know. Send me a link when you get
this is a pretty easy answer. If you can find the control deck, if it has a player 1 and player 2 start on the control deck on the KI Pro, that means the buttons on the coin door probably aren't functional.
I think we need a video to be certain.
100%.
What if they're both functional, Mike?
Now that would be neat too, but I'm just doing a lot of that.
I think the first one they probably would have to do it because people are just used to doing the top. But I think we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean you have to admit though. Think about this: the pre-orders went live last week, right?
Yeah.
Was it last week or earlier this week? My days.
It was
are all
earlier
blended.
this week. It was Tuesday.
Right.
15th,
and then the cabinets are shipping and people
Yeah.
are getting their dude, that
Yeah.
is, you have to admit, that's a pretty good experience versus waiting 6 months.
Well, I think Arcade1Up is noticing some of the feedback that they've received over the course of the last year, and also other companies have received about maybe putting out announcements and pre-orders a little bit too early, and fans getting irritated with waiting, and they're going with shorter lead times right now for their pre-orders to shipping. That's the way it looks to me. Like, if you look at the dates on these leaks, if they're accurate, I mean, most of these pre-orders for these thing products that are coming out in July are told they're going up in June, so it makes sense.
You know, if they did this moving forward, I would be happy. Like, hey guys, place your orders now, and then it ships like next week. Like that would be it reminds me of when I bought my MBSX last year, right? Like when I bought my MBSX, I ordered it off the MBSX website from Unico directly. I ordered it, they shipped it in 2 days, I had it 2 days later. It was an awesome experience, right? And in today's world and economy, and with everything going on, we haven't really gotten to enjoy that a lot, right? We're always having to pre-order and wait for stuff to get here, boats lined up outside the ports, et cetera, et cetera. So part shortages.
Yeah. So it's funny about that. Like my buddy Mike Dalton, I was at his house earlier today, and he just got his Mutant League football cabinet today. And I mean, like, think about that. He ordered that almost a year ago.
Is that the buddy that has every iiRcade?
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of that, guys, we got to catch up on the latest and greatest with the iiRcade. So that'll wake you up. So what's interesting is iiRcade did release 1, 2, 3 games in their game store today. We got Rally Bike, a vertical racing game, Oil's Well, which is a platforming Coleco title. I've never heard of it. But Mike, you haven't even beat Truxton 1 yet, and Truxton 2 was just released today on the iiRcade. What do you think about that, buddy?
Beat Truxton 1.
You got this, man. I got faith in you.
Beat Truxton. Funny guy.
Zodrider says, hashtag iiRcade is the future. Mitch is happy about Truxton 2. I'm still waiting for that big banger of a modern game announcement. But they've put out plenty of stuff though the last few weeks though, right? I mean, at least eight or 9 games in the last few weeks have been released. So I remember they went through a dry spell, right, between the Christmas sales where they just had all the games on sale, and then they had to gear up for their CES, and all their eyes were focused on that. And they weren't releasing games, and now it seems like iiRcade is back in that flow where we're getting a few games a week. So that's nice to see as well. What was your big takeaway on today, Mike? What do you think about all this?
I don't have a lot to say on it. I'm not familiar with either of these games. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know there was a Truxton 2 until the announcement came out. But it's nice to see a constant flow of games coming out weekly again and choices for people. So I know there's a lot of people that keep expecting the sun and the moon every week when this stuff comes out. Oh my God, that looks fantastic. I'm getting all over that.
That looks fun.
Yeah, that looks great. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I was actually just going to the iiRcade store while we were doing this. Yeah, that looks really hella dope. Yeah.
Now, have you played Truxton with 2 people yet, Michael?
No, I don't have any friends.
Oh, okay. Your daughter plays with you sometimes, right?
She plays very specific games. Truxton is definitely not one she'll play. Like, I can get her to play X-Men and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that's about it.
Okay.
She also only pretends to be Mike's friend too, so
that's true.
There's that.
Oh, and also here, Bill, he wrote, next firmware will fix Roston 3. Yes, we are hearing that. So Roston 3, which that was a nice little game launch for iiRcade, but unfortunately, where half the screen had smoothing, half the screen had pixel perfect. That's going to be fixed actually very quickly. They'll probably be pushing out a firmware update within the next couple of weeks, is what we're hearing. So it won't be too much longer. Days fly by before that gets fixed. So that was pretty hilarious. That should never have happened. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Arcade1Up. They release Big Blue and a game won't launch. Like that never should have happened where the aspect ratios were half and half. But at least they addressed it immediately, said, hey guys, we're aware of it and we're going to fix it for you. We promise, etc. So that was good to see. Communication and transparency are the key to keeping your customers happy. Wagner's Tech Talk, $26. Love the show and all you guys do for the community. YouTube takes a 30% cut. So boom, there you go. Thanks so much, Wagner. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Wagner's Tech Talk on YouTube. I want to pull up this rally bike game, so I want to talk about this.
And while you're doing that, I want to apologize for eating the shake online here, but my wife brought this down live on the show. She doesn't come downstairs for anything, and she walked all the way down here and brought this to me. So thank you, beautiful.
Well, what is it?
It's a Culver's shake.
Never heard of that. What's the flavor?
Chocolate.
We got to get the lowdown.
So this tastes like a Wendy's Frosty to me.
Wow.
What you got, Mike?
So anyways, I did want to bring this up. My buddy Mike Dalton, the iiRcade guy, is here in the chat. So I'm going to be going to Mike's house sometime this week. He's agreed to let me come in and film his massive iiRcade collection, and probably going to get to do a little interview with him. So look forward to that next week.
Is that Wednesday show?
Shut up, Carl.
I want to talk about this. So rally bike. So this might be a little bit of a hot take, but it's a hot take in favor of rally bike. So here's what I like about rally bike. I don't know if you guys have ever played this before, but what we have here, top-down vertical racing game. And what's really cool about this game is you're racing other drivers. You're also dodging traffic. You're dodging obstacles, but you're leaping over ramps. There's power-ups. There's bonuses. And you have to try and get to the finish line without running out of gas. This game has everything you want from a bike racing game. And this is what I was looking for when I said Moto Rush GT was bad. I know some people love Moto Rush GT, but literally all you're doing in Moto Rush GT was dodging traffic, right? This game has it all. You know what I mean? So
are there gas fill up areas where you can get more fuel?
Yeah, there's gas pickups and things. Okay. And so like if the guys who made Moto Rush GT added as much fluff as the guys back in the 80s, or when was this released? 90s? Whoever released this game, whenever it was released, they knew what we wanted, right? They knew what we wanted to make this an exciting game. The guys at Moto Rush GT were like, we're just going to have you dodge a bunch of Honda Civics for 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like, this game is super cool. And yes, I know people might get mad because they love Moto Rush GT, but this game, in my opinion, I would play this over Moto Rush GT any day of the week. What do you think, Restalgia? Do you think I'm off my rocker?
No, I think if you're into it, you're into it. I'm not a huge vertical racing guy myself, so I think it looks good. It's got kind of all the mechanics of a good racing game. I've never played this one.
Mike,
I got nothing for you.
Is it actually a racer, or is it just get to the end?
You've got to get ranked, so it looks like you've got to at least qualify for the races.
You're racing other drivers, and can you imagine how cool Moto Rush GT would have been if you're going and you're dodging traffic, but you also got 3 other guys on each side of you, and you're all trying to dodge the same traffic? And also, if they had some actual epic crashes in Moto Rush GT, you know what I mean? Like literally, if you hit a car, they just add a little like fake, like your windshield on a car glass cracking effect on the screen, and then they restart you, right? Like, where's the epic crashes? You know what I mean? People love seeing that stuff, right? So
this game, for some reason, reminds me of Back to the Future on the NES. Just the way it is, like where you got to get the gas and stuff like that. I don't know, but I think it looks pretty neat, actually.
I like this game.
It's definitely not an A+ arcade title by any means, but this could be fun.
No, but it's it's the kind of fun stuff that people should give a chance. Sometimes you got to give stuff a chance, and you might end up liking it. You know what I mean? It
kind of reminds me of the game. I don't know if you guys remember. They used to have this game where the actual figure was a fixed thing, and the screen would like be rolling, and you just basically are moving this fixed object, and the actual screen was moving. Kind of reminds me of that. I'm all for iiRcade giving more games to be available. I'm not a fan of playing vertical games on horizontal. I've said that a million times. So I wouldn't buy it for iArcade just for that reason, because I could play it on my vertical cab. But
Yeah.
I like that they're keep adding games to the list, man.
Yeah. I mean, this game is on a lot of our, naughty lists, should I say? Our ability to play. You can
But
play this
everyone
game.
isn't as naughty as us.
Right, but not everyone is as naughty as us. Do you think it's worth the $7.99? I mean, it's an old game, but it's a fun play. I don't know. Is this thing on any other platform? Like, do they charge the same price on Steam, Switch, or other platforms? Sony, Xbox? Let me know. What's kind of funny is, like, I noticed, like, on my PS5, I was going through the PS5 store, games you could purchase and download, Mike, and I noticed that all these old Data East games, like Burger Time and all this stuff, they're all available to buy, and the prices are like $6, $7, $8, $9. And I'm like looking at their prices, and I'm like, a lot of those prices are kind of comparable, except, what's funny is a lot of these bigger, like the console companies, right? Like they can put this stuff on sale all the time. You know what I mean? Versus iArcade, which can't put a sale on all the time, right? They need to get that revenue going, right? So.
He's playing golf right now.
I'm just gonna say he's playing on his Nintendo Switch right now.
No,
So
what I was bringing up here is, since you guys were talking about, I saw this Genesis on my Switch the other day,
yeah.
and I said, oh, that's pretty cool. So I went to check it out. And they want you to have like a monthly subscription to play these things. I said, come on, get the hell here.
It's like, I am amazed. I don't know what to say. Tune in for the latest and breaking gaming news on the Super GamerRoom Dudes.
We've talked about it on this show literally like 7 times.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I just think that's ridiculous. There's no way I would pay a monthly fee to play these games.
Well, there's extra stuff as well. It's one of the things we're possibly going to talk about tonight, because there's also the new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe booster pack courses that come free with your subscription, and the first 8 tracks actually.
Wait. Before we get to console chatter, Mike, you got to tell people what's up. What happened, Mike?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
You literally told me you had a confession tonight for everybody.
I don't got anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
You do, Mike, and I think you know that you do, because I happen to get a very revealing photograph of you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
I gave it to PDubs, so you're either going to have to come clean, or we're going to have to put you on notice, bud.
Yep, something. Mike, before we show everybody, you need to come clean.
Wait, hold on. Will we get demonetized if we show that picture, PDubs?
I don't know for certain. But you know what? I'm willing to take the risk. All right, here we go. Hold on.
Michael B is going to hit you guys. Let's see a look on his face.
Mike, I want you to confess.
To what?
Mike, come on, buddy.
All right. Guys in the live chat, what do you think Michael B did that he said he wouldn't do? I can't believe you did. I can't believe you did this,
Mike, you need
bro.
to come clean. Like, you've got a problem, and the first step is to admit you have a problem. You'll never be able to resolve this issue until you actually come clean.
Mike, I'm going to slowly back up, and you can confess to the audience before they lambaste you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you sure? What's going on here, Mike?
Oh no.
Mike? What is sitting? This is your basement. That's your Tron cabinet. I recognize the wall. I recognize this door. Why the hell is there a Killer Instinct Arcade1Up cabinet in your basement, Mike? What did you do?
Where did you guys get this picture? This is doctored. It's got to be. This is like when Ric Flair was with Miss Elizabeth before WrestleMania 8. This is doctored.
Guys, he broke. He went to the store for the 3rd time. And did you buy it, Mike? Tell us the truth. Or did you borrow it?
Actually, no. My buddy who did go and buy the one from the store that was there, Mike Dalton, actually has lent it to me. So I got it for a couple of weeks. I'm going to be able to do live stream with it, and I'm going to get to review it. So thank you very much, Mike Dalton. I really appreciate it, and I thought this would be funny to send this picture.
It'll be even funnier when Mike Dalton comments in the chat saying that's not true.
He's gonna please tell me. Look at Zero Hero. He stole it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Mike buckled like a belt. So Mike says he borrowed it from Mike Dalton.
I did.
Mike Dalton, if you're here in the live chat, we need confirmation because Mike sent this to us, and I think he broke. I think this is like.
Hold on. How do we even know Mike Dalton is a real person and not Mike's alt account?
Oh my God! What if he has more than one account?
I think it's fairly convenient they have the same name.
Yeah, Jason's got his. I like where Jason's going with this. Look at this. Borrowed.
You should have saw my wife's face when I told her. I was like, yeah, I'm headed down to Mike's now to pick up his Killer Instinct cab. And she was like,
Mike Dalton sounds fake. Yeah, what you should have done is you should have made a fake account like Fight Club. His name is Robert Paulson. So,
Michael, is that the new way to sneak cabinets in your house now? You say you're borrowing it from your buddy,
yeah, that's
and
it.
then it just never leaves.
All right, is he here? He's not here. Mike, I guess he left. Michael D. I find it funny that I've never seen you and Mike Dalton in the same place at the same time.
You're going to see him Wednesday when I go do the interview at his house.
I guess we'll find out, Mike. And then you'll have to tell us how much you hired that paid actor for.
I am really interested to see what it plays like. I didn't have any time on it tonight, but I managed to have it turn it on. I will say the audio is definitely lowered, but it still sounds good. So
I love this. When I was a kid, my brother did everything too. Oh man! All right, so you're gonna provide us a wonderful review on the Killer Instinct cabinet that you purchased,
that I borrowed.
I saw you nodding.
That I borrowed. I did not purchase Killer Instinct.
Mike Dalton is secretly Mike's alter ego that lives in a separate house, that buys arcades and stores them in a separate house so his wife doesn't murder him.
Michael B and Michael D.
Next week on Wednesday when we see the interview, Mike will be talking to himself superimposed.
I like this. You know what's going to happen 6 months from now? Laura's going to come downstairs to the Genie cage. She's going to be like, why is that still here? I thought you borrowed it. Oh, he didn't want it anymore. And then she's also going to be like, Mike, I noticed back in March, our bank account suddenly dropped $700.
Hey, Michael B, is there a storage unit place called Michael Dalton in your area?
You know what's funny? I think this is 100% true. Whenever the Brick or the Buy Stuff store, whenever Michael B either calls them or saunters in, I bet they're like, it's payday.
Yeah.
You know, when the sucker's coming.
There was one guy at the Brick, and when he saw me come in, like he used to like run to like a shot to me because he was like, "Oh, he going right for the arcades." I know it.
Looks like Goofyfoot is admitting to be Michael D.
Wait, Goofyfoot is Michael D?
And you blocked him?
I didn't block Goofyfoot.
That's not what you told us privately.
Oh my! All right, guys. As we just discovered 5 minutes ago when I was peeping through Mike's moderator list, Goofyfoot is still blocked. Let's get a hashtag free Goofyfoot going in the live chat. We need to free Goofyfoot from Michael B's block list. And while you guys are doing that, $10, Seth Lacey got his email confirmation that his golden tee shipped. Any of you guys get that yet? Yes, we talked about that a little bit earlier in the show, my friend. Thanks for coming in a little bit late. Looks like a lot of people who ordered from Arcade1Up directly are getting their shipping. One guy actually in our live chat said it was actually scanned as picked up. So that gives us hope that people are going to have their cabinets probably within a few days. Papa Brad's Gaming says if games will not install an iArcade, log out, log in. Thanks for the $2 pro tip for all the iArcade viewers out there. Make sure you guys check out Papa Brad on YouTube. Hobby Hands, $2. The Brick has Michael B on speed dial. I believe that 100%. Look at all the free Goofy Foots in the live chat. There you go. Goofy Foot appreciates your support, guys. He appreciates your support. We'll get him unblocked one of these days.
I'm actually not happy with my moderators on this. They also blocked naked/hd.xyz online strips without clothes. Like,
That's your other alt account, Mike. That's your other alt account.
That's the other alt account. Oh man, too much fun. Too much fun. Hey, let's talk Sega, man. I want to talk Sega for a minute. If you guys can we talk Sega real quick? I'm actually kind of excited. Now, unless you literally have played every single video game of all time, it's impossible to play every single video game of all time. And Mike, I put a little tweet up on my channel this week because I got to play a game on Nintendo Switch Online, and I got to play Gunstar Heroes, and I had never played that growing up. You know what I mean? And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. I played it for like 90 minutes or so. Like, I had a good run. Like, I really like Gunstar Heroes, and that's available on your Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? So, super fun game. Let's see if we can get a pic. Oh, nope, that's a terrible picture.
Yeah, so I saw your tweet, and John D replied, and he goes, "Oh, made by the makers of the Contra games. That's a real treasure." And the funny thing is, that's the name of the company. The guys who made Contra left and started their own company called Treasure, who made the game.
Oh, really?
What a great pun.
I know, right?
Yep, we're cutting it close on time. Pliskin's run, but yes, Oil's Well, Coleco game. Check it out on the iArcade. What's nice about the Coleco games on the iArcade is they're only like $2-3, so pretty good deal for some fun entertainment. Mike, what else do you know about Gunstar Heroes? Because I think this is a little bit up your alley of gaming knowledge. I never played this game before, and I fell in love with it. I'm trying to find you guys a little bit of a video.
It's one of those cult games. Everybody loved it back when I started doing YouTube and I was really into the console collecting. Gunstar Heroes is one of those games everybody's like is the bomb. It's good. It's a good game. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's been out since the Sega Genesis has been out. Do we want to talk about the new games or Gunstar Heroes?
I want to talk about Gunstar Heroes for a couple of minutes. Are we not allowed? Are we not allowed to talk about video games? This is a video game show, man.
I didn't say we had to talk about world events. I thought we were going to talk about the new Sega Genesis games that came out yesterday.
I know. We'll talk about those. But if you're looking for a fun game to play on your Nintendo Switch Online account, and if you've never played Gunstar Heroes before, like me, give it a chance. I loved playing this game the other night. Played it for about 90 minutes straight. And look forward to playing it again whenever I have time to actually sit there for another 90 minutes. Do you know how hard it is to find 90 minutes, Mike, to sit on your couch with your thumbs? You know what I mean? It's so hard for us to find that kind of time. But
and you don't even have little kids.
I know. But this game was super cool. Love this game. Make sure you guys check it out. I just wanted to do that shout out. And now, Mike, you can tell us all about the new games that got released.
Screw those new games, guys. Let me tell you about Gunstar Heroes.
Yeah, let's talk more about Gunstar Heroes. Dude, have you heard about Gunstar Heroes? The game is great.
It is great, PDubs. It is. It's fantastic.
Guys, if you like Gunstar Heroes, put a 1 in the live chat. If Michael B's being mean to me, put a 2 in the live chat. There you go.
I can't believe you haven't played it. Did you not buy a Sega Genesis Mini?
Yeah, I have it, but I didn't. But I didn't play every single game on that thing. Like the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, like downstairs. Like I haven't played every single game on that console. Like, because Steven, unlike you, we're busy. We don't have time.
Just saying, Gunstar Heroes is
Gunstar
one of
Heroes
those ones that like it's like one of the ones on the console that were like preloaded that like everyone wanted to play. It's such a popular thing.
Yeah, so, but keep in mind, popular to you might be something that me might
with real jobs.
Yeah, you know, Restalgia. When I was a kid, not only did I play Sega, but I actually went outside and we played baseball and basketball and football. These are like competitive sports, my friend. You know what I mean? Like we actually went outside. When we
if I'm not mistaken, knowing a little bit about Restalgia, I think Restalgia actually had like a scholarship for football and everything. So I think he might have got outside too.
Like this much, just a little bit.
All right, a scholarship from playing Madden 95 does not count. It does not. All right, Mike, tell us about the new games. The audience is waiting.
So, anyways, John Riggs put up a post about it, and it kind of caught me off guard because he said, "Oh man, there's awesome Sega Genesis games that came out yesterday," and we got 3 ones. We got Alien Soldier. Actually, yeah, if you could bring it up. So, we got Light Crusader, which I'm not familiar with at all, and then we also got Super Fantasy Zone. Now, Alien Soldier, awesome. But the only weird thing about it is it didn't come with a game case. They just put like the title up. So it's going to look weird on your system, but this is something Nintendo always does with Nintendo Switch Online. If you like Gunstar Heroes and you like fast-paced action games, this game is badass. Go check out Alien Soldier. Also, Super Fantasy Zone. If you like Fantasy Zone, I'm not a big Fantasy Zone guy. I don't really care about that. But I am interested in seeing what Light Crusader's about. Okay. So it's an isometric action platformer. I'm not familiar with this one at all. I think I had it though. That's a funny thing.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool, man. I like the viewing angle. Looks challenging. I think what's his name? RGT85. He did a video and he was very familiar with that game and he gave a great summary on it. Looked very interesting.
It's no Landstalker. That's all I'll say.
And then you have this one right here, Super Fantasy Zone. So,
yuck.
Any of you guys play Super Fantasy Zone growing up? Like this game is I don't know. I don't really like the look of this one.
It's not for me. Just looking at it, I feel like I'm going to get diabetes.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks. Some of us have that condition.
Mike, you're so insensitive, man.
I completely forgot.
I don't even know why we have you on this show.
I don't either.
You make up stories about random people with the same name as you that are clearly just you.
Random people in your chat.
And you make fun of PDubs because he's diabetic.
And because I like Gunstar.
Beaters.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being elitist, but I just assumed most people that talk about video games would know about Gunstar Heroes. That's all.
That's fair. Hold on, PDubs.
Oh my God.
That's a good point.
I've never played it though.
I've never even heard of it.
There you go.
You can't really call yourself a gamer unless you've played Gunstar Heroes.
Not real gamers.
Oh.
That's
not a real gamer.
You guys are being really, really rude. You know that? It's impossible to know and play every single video game.
But it's not impossible to play the good ones.
All right, so we're gonna have to have casting calls, and luckily, Restalgia. Can you pan the camera over? I want to show people what happens during the day. Guys, we found out Restalgia's source of income. Pan it to your left.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to with my monitor in the way. Hold on, I'll try.
Let's do it. Restalgia has a casting couch in his arcade office. Now the truth has been revealed. We know what is happening and why Restalgia has so much money.
Let's see if I can get it.
Look at that casting couch.
It's got. I can't do it with the monitor in the way, but it's got like a little sectional thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold
on, it even pulls out, turns into a bed too. So
you got more different positions you can do.
So, Restalgia, I got another question for you. Where'd you move the laundry machine, washer and dryer?
I put that in the laundry room.
Stop it. All right, real quick. Restalgia, can I ask you a serious question, though? If I shined a UV light on that couch, could you see it from space?
It'd be like a Jackson Pollock painting.
100%.
That is the Couchcade. Couchcade confirmed. All right, Mike, what else is going on in the world of console gaming? We had our what does PlayStation call it again?
State of Play that you watched, and everybody else was like, no one's watching State of Play, and PDubs was like, oh my God, State of Play, guys.
Well, I was excited because they showed a really long video this week showing the new Hogwarts game, Hogwarts game, and I got excited about it because, Mike, when I had my Nintendo
he got real excited.
I was excited. I think the new Hogwarts.
You could hear the moisture from within the phone.
No, because we this is a Harry Potter house. We like Harry Potter here, and when I had the GameCube, the Harry Potter games on the GameCube, like where you're just running around Hogwarts and you're banging all the furniture, just collecting beans for like 90,000 hours. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we enjoyed those games, but I think that new Harry Potter game, Hogwarts, God, what is it called again? Hogwarts something, looks really cool. And on the State of Play, they showed a bunch of footage for it. So, and you're making fun of me because because I'm excited about that game. Mike, I'm a fantasy nerd. I love fantasy games. You know what I mean? I love Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. I'll take all that crap. Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Guys, that's the stuff that I love. You know what I mean? And you chastise me for it. You know what I mean? It's kind of,
I don't know. Your stories aren't matching up. You told Restalgia you went out and you played baseball, and then you're telling us about this Harry Potter stuff. I don't know. It's conflicting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Last I checked, baseball players don't play Harry Potter.
That's not true.
That's
all right. You know what? I guess it was my turn to get teased and trolled on this show because, you know, usually we're dishing it out to you guys. So I guess it's okay. I'll be the butt of all your jokes this week. That's fine. But can we get back to the topic? So yeah, the new Hogwarts game looks pretty cool. What else is happening in the world of console news, Mike?
Well, I mean, we talked about it earlier with Carl, and Carl, just those Sega Genesis games that we talked about earlier, you're going to need a subscription to play those, just a heads up. And then once you get your... yeah, you need 2 subscriptions. That is messed up.
Expansion pack bull crap.
Online plus the expansion
I have
pack,
one or 2. That's why I won't play.
The cool thing this week is we got new carts for Mario Kart. So there was rumors that they were... Mario Kart, sorry. Mario.
I know that.
So there was a rumor they were actually making a Mario Kart 9, and they blew everybody away at the last Nintendo Direct, and they said, nah, screw that. We're just going to release like 48,000 courses for free on Nintendo Switch Online. So they're tiered, and they're going to be coming out in separate packs that you can buy yourself. So you can buy them if you don't want the Nintendo Switch Online. But for those of us that already have them and are enjoying Gunstar Heroes and other great Genesis titles on our Nintendo Switch Online service, we can also get the booster pack for free. So I'm very excited that when we finish the show tonight, I'm going to go down and I'm going to go back and visit some of the great classic courses and look at them remastered to match the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe racing platform.
Mike, I actually have some footage of that. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so check it out, guys. Here is Hogwarts Legacy coming out. This game looks incredible. Michael B is going to be checking it out later on. Very excited to check out this game, man. I think this game looks really cool in my opinion. I'm hyped for
PDubs, it's a dangerous mystery.
Well, of course it is. There's opportunity. Look at this. The magical abilities will master through our dude. It's like going to school, bro. We're going to school. We got to take classes. We got to learn all the spells.
Do you think there's magic in this game though?
Yeah, there's all kinds of magic in this game. If you watch the State of Play, they showed a whole bunch of the different spells.
But what's it based on?
All right. So, what were we saying here? So let's take a look here. Oh man, Restalgia's internet dropped out again. Poor guy. Oh, he's back. Consider that a warning. The Garage Gamer says it looks harder than Elden Ring. Yeah, I got to start playing. I'm so psyched to play Elden Ring. I need to find time to play Elden Ring.
If you stopped watching all the Harry Potter videos, maybe you would find something.
And apparently he's watching a lot of videos that have some type of couch or something involved. So he's busy.
Yeah. Restalgia's making videos. Restalgia's like, I just saw Pam and Tommy on Hulu. I can do that as a job. Mike, what else am I missing? I think I'm missing something else that you wanted to talk on.
Whew, that's a big one. There's a bunch of sales going on right now. Really good Steam sales. So if anybody here is into PC gaming, playing shit on Steam, especially with the Steam Deck coming out soon, I've been... actually, that's where my addiction has gone. I haven't been buying Arcade1Up cabinets, but I can't help myself. And I actually wanted to bring this up when we were talking about the iiRcade games and when people talk about the return on investment for an iiRcade game. And they're saying, like, yeah, $9.99 seems expensive for a classic arcade game, but you're saying, well, that is what they go for on consoles. You got to remember that most people are used to going on Steam and seeing, like, Batman Arkham Asylum, and they're like, oh, $3.99, sure,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
buy that now.
That's
So
true.
like that's the comment they're making. Like, it's hard for them to equate the value of a $9.99 iArcade game when they can go on Steam and buy, like, you know, AAA titles for $4.
Yeah.
So I get that, but what they don't understand is it's those same titles that are on iArcade are still on other platforms for just as much money. So
Yeah.
but
That's
there's
very, very-
there's huge sales on right now. There's a Capcom publisher sale, so you can get everything,
Mhm.
including like Resident Evil Village is on for half price. There's a huge JRPG sale. I'm going to go in and buy Saga Frontier Remastered later on tonight. There's a bunch of other stuff too. So anyways, huge Steam sales on, but there's always Steam sales on. It's just with varying degrees of coolness.
Oh my God, my thing just fell over. Yeah, sorry about that. Mike, take over. So my whole thing crashed.
This is quite a show this evening. Everybody.
Oh my
So,
God.
and
Mike, you only one haven't moved your camera. Can you move your camera?
Oh my God, dude, that was crazy. Sorry
I'm
about
not
that,
moving
guys.
my camera. So if anybody hasn't tried it out, we brought this up on PDubs stream the other night. There is a great game called Wet Girls on Steam. You know, check it
What? What is Wet Girls? God.
It's the same game of the video you sent us privately saying I'm gonna totally buy this.
I didn't even watch it. I didn't even click on it.
You
thought
sent it to us.
I didn't send it to you. Jedi reflexes. All right, so it's been the pick on PDubs episode tonight, guys, and I have to say I'm quite disappointed. Quite disappointed. It's more fun when we make fun of one of you guys than it is me. It honestly is.
Well, anyways, I apologize. It's just I remember, and I will give you credit. You do like fantasy games, but when we watched the announcement for the PlayStation 5, and like people were like, "Oh wow, Horizon Forbidden West," and we were all like, "Oh my god, like God of War, the new God of War, and new Final Fantasy." We're looking at all the AAA titles. You were like, "Holy shit, guys! There's a Harry Potter game
Potter's.
coming."
Oh my God.
That is so true. That is so true. When we were talking about it, I was like, "Did you see it? Did you see it?" Shut up, man. Shut up, man. I just remember playing all the Potter games on the GameCube and just kicking ass, collecting beans, and all
Played
that
it on the
kind of stuff.
GameCube too. You didn't even play it on the PS2.
Yep, this is so true,
funny.
Alpha. I guess this is true. I guess that's true, but I still love these guys. What'd you say, Restalgia? I'm sorry.
Did
couldn't
you
hear
ever play the PS1 Harry Potter games?
No. I only played them on the ones that were on the GameCube. I think there were
Maybe
two.
they were the same ones. I can't remember.
It's probably the same game, but
You think so? Because there was
I think
some on
so.
the PS2, and I thought the PS2 and the GameCube ones were the same, but maybe I'm
They
wrong.
are. No, they are.
Okay, so the PS1 ones are different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the most of the PS2 games were cross-platform, Xbox and GameCube as well. So
Okay.
Yep. Ha! Look at this, Ritual Dello. I'm no Potter fan, but that game looks good. There you go. There you go.
it's just I go back to it again. It's your laser focus on it and blindness to everything else, which is catching me off guard there.
I don't have time to play good games like Gunstar Heroes.
So
but
blind.
bro,
So
have you-
blind. I bought this shit. How am I blind?
Have you played
Have
them?
you played it?
Fair weather gamer, buddy. You're a fair weather gamer. Nice.
I miss Stubbs already.
All right, Carl, you got to take over. You're in charge now.
Oh, I don't have control, my friend. I'm watching and seeing what Wet Girls is over here. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing about Steam. Like, you're just looking through your game lineup and you're like, oh, that's hardcore pornography. There it is. It's just right in the middle of everything.
That is crazy. Like I can't even say what he's doing. What happened to PDubs? His camera fell off the table for real this time?
No, he rage quit.
Oh boy, I think we covered everything tonight, though, didn't we?
Look,
There he is.
I just want to point something out.
Yes.
In my life, hold on, you belong on the bottom.
You
In
made
my
a
life,
nice
Like
bottom.
we said that.
in my life, I've only had two video game moments that have scarred me emotionally and personally. The first one
Leisure Suit Larry.
was when I played Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, it's horrible.
The second one was tonight's podcast. So we're going to end the show on that happy note. We've hit 90 minutes. And guys, hopefully we entertained you. Hopefully we gave you some news. We enjoyed chatting with you, getting your reactions, your feedback. If you enjoyed the podcast show, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to our solo channels. Carl, whenever you're ready, send everyone on their way. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
What time is it?
It's one of these effing buttons. Tonight's been an absolute disaster. Nothing has gone right. This is
Do you know what I blame it on, PDubs?
What?
You not playing Gunstar Heroes. If you had just played that game, maybe Karma wouldn't have come and kicked you in the ass today.
Yeah. Mother.